Las Vegas Raiders fans, listen up. We've got some hot updates coming your way. There's been a lot of buzz about star offensive tackle Colton Miller. Is he about to get a new contract extension? Here's what we know. Signs are pointing toward yes. While nothing has been made official yet, the situation is heating up fast. Now, before we jump into the latest, make sure you don't miss a beat. Before listening to the latest news, subscribe to the channel, like it, and don't forget to press the bell icon. Let's move on to the new news. Back to Miller. Many people were worried he might skip training camp or even ask for a trade. But guess what? Colton Miller showed up for voluntary workouts, and that says a lot. Voluntary workouts mean players don't have to be there. But Miller still came. That tells you everything you need to know. He's not just showing up. He's showing love for the Raiders. He wants to stay. He wants to fight in silver and black for years to come. Yes, he still wants a new contract, and it might happen soon. But one thing is clear. Miller believes in the Raiders, and he's acting like a true team leader. Colton Miller isn't just showing up, he's sending a message. Even though he has just 1 year left on his contract and no guaranteed money remaining, Miller is still out there on the field. That speaks volumes. He's not backing down. He's proving he wants to stay with the Raiders. Behind the scenes, there's serious movement. The Raiders are already working on a new deal for him. When will it be done? It could happen any week now. Maybe this week, maybe next. But the signs are clear. The team wants to keep him, and he wants to stay. Earlier in the offseason, the Raiders focused on free agency and the NFL draft. That took top priority. But now, with that work done, it's Colton Miller's turn. Let's talk about why this matters. Miller has been with the Raiders since 2018, and he's still playing at a high level. Some might say he's been around a while, but he's far from done. In fact, after a slow start last season, he locked in. From Week 6 to Week 18, he gave up just 1 sack. That's elite. His 2024 performance was strong across the board. 80.6 overall grade, 82.2 in pass, blocking 71.1 in run blocking. That made him one of the top tackles in the entire league. And here's the thing. The Raiders are building strength in the trenches. Colton Miller is a big piece of that. It just wouldn't make sense to let go of a player like him, someone who's still performing and who clearly wants to be here. Here's another big reason why a Colton Miller extension makes perfect sense. The Raiders need to protect their quarterback. The team didn't bring in a veteran like Geno Smith to have him running for his life. You don't trade for a starting QB just to put him behind a shaky offensive line. And while young linemen like Caleb Rogers and Charles Grant were drafted, let's be real. They're not ready to guard Geno's blind side yet. Look at the numbers. Geno Smith was sacked 50 times last season. That kind of pressure can ruin an offense. If the Raiders want to get the best out of their quarterback, they need someone dependable watching his back. And Colton Miller is that guy. But it's not just about skill. It's about leadership. Miller has been a team captain for 3 years. He may not talk much, but he leads by example. The fact that he's showing up for voluntary workouts when he doesn't even have to says everything. He's committed. He's reliable. He shows up for his team, always. Whether it's on the field or at a team charity event, Miller's there. He's the kind of player who lifts the entire locker room, and the Raiders know how valuable that is. That's why it wouldn't be a surprise to see a contract extension in the range of 2 years, $41 million, with around $31 million guaranteed. For a player like Miller, still in his prime, still protecting the quarterback, and still showing up as a leader, that's an investment worth making. If the Raiders are serious about their future, Colton Miller needs to be part of the long-term plan. A possible contract extension would tie him to other core pieces like Max Crosby, Geno Smith, and head coach Pete Carroll, all of whom are locked in for 3 more years. That's the foundation of something big. And if you're building for the future, Miller is someone you can't leave out. Now let's talk about a young player getting a lot of attention. Ashton Jeanty. The Raiders used a high draft pick to get this explosive running back, and some believe he could even win NFL Rookie of the Year. But how realistic is that? Jeanty has the talent, no doubt. He's powerful, fast, and tough. He can break through defenses or just blow past them. But here's the truth. In today's NFL, quarterbacks usually win Rookie of the Year. The last running back to win it was Saquon Barkley in 2018. That doesn't mean Jeanty has no shot. In fact, the way the Raiders drafted this year shows they're building the offense around him. They brought in receivers who can block, like Jack Beck, and deep threats like Dante Thornton Jr., who will stretch the defense and open lanes for Jeanty. Even someone like Tommy Mellott, known for his motion and speed, can help create space for Jeanty to shine. If Jeanty rushes for around 1,500 yards and the Raiders finish with 8 to 10 wins, then yes, he'll be in the conversation. It won't be easy, especially with names like Cam Ward and Shatter Sanders competing for the award, but the opportunity is there, and the Raiders are clearly giving him everything he needs to succeed. The buzz around Ashton Jeanty is getting louder, and it's not just hype, it's real. He may not have been everyone's first pick in the draft, but now that he's a Raider, fans are all in. And for good reason. Jeanty isn't just another rookie. He looks like a true weapon in the making. The Raiders landed one of the most explosive running backs in the country, and they got him on a rookie deal. That's a major win. He brings speed, power, and an attitude that fits perfectly with what Las Vegas is trying to build. And even though he hasn't been given his jersey number yet, it doesn't matter what's on his back. It's what he does on the field that will define him. The excitement in Raider Nation isn't just about potential. It's about belief. Belief that Jeanty can deliver big-time plays. Belief that he can carry this offense when it matters most. Belief that he's a future star in the making. If he keeps his head down, stays healthy, and performs the way the Raiders expect, don't be surprised if his name is right there in the Rookie of the Year conversation. He's already making noise. Now it's time to see if he can shake the league. Let's clear up one wild rumor right now. Amari Cooper is not coming back to the Las Vegas Raiders. Some fans got excited after hearing Cooper might have been spotted at Max Crosby's draft party. But let's get real. That was a complete mix-up. The person actually at the event? Amari Gaynor, not Amari Cooper. Two very different players, two very different stories. And even if Cooper had shown up, it wouldn't mean the Raiders are signing him. Bringing him back doesn't fit the direction this team is headed. Las Vegas just drafted 3 wide receivers in 2025. This offense is getting younger, faster, and more physical. Adding Cooper now would only block the growth of that new talent. If the Raiders were going to bring in a veteran wideout, which seems unlikely, Keenan Allen would be a better fit. But truth be told, even that move doesn't make much sense. The Raiders already have guys like Tommy Mellott, Dante Thornton Jr., Jack Beck, Trey Tucker, and Michael Mayer, not to mention Jacoby Myers, who's been a consistent presence on the field. Instead of spending big money on another receiver, the priority should be locking up 2 of their core players long-term, Colton Miller and Jacoby Myers. These are the guys you want tied to Max Crosby and head coach Pete Carroll as this franchise builds its future. With over $42 million in cap space, the Raiders are in a strong position, not to gamble on rumors but to reward the players who've earned it.